Hello and welcome to our presentation of 3 Schubert songs. We're here in the gorgeous King's Lynn Minster, and we're using this wonderful copy of a 1785 fortepiano, originally made by Matthias Heilmann. This was made by the firm of Adlan Bennett. As you'll hear, the colours of this instrument used for Lieder are quite revealing and show us an awful lot about what Schubert possibly had in mind.
Our first piece is a setting of Schiller's poem Der Jüngling am Bach, and it's the second time that Schubert sets these very same words, and he sets them in May of 1815. The poem tells about a boy, a youth, sitting by the stream and winding flowers around to make a wreath, and he watches these disperse down the stream. And he knows that it's spring, and he is likewise in the spring of his life, in seeing everything around him flower, and he should be feeling equally joyous and full of life, but he's not. And the reason for this is because his beloved always feels distant from him, and he says to her, "Leave your castle and come and join me, because in our little modest hut there is room for a loving pair."
Komm herab, du schöne
Our second song is a setting of the poem An die Nachtigall by Matthias Claudius, which he wrote in 1771. Schubert sets this in November of 1816. And it talks about two lovers lying together and being sung asleep by the sound of the nightingale. And she's taking great delight in the feeling of her lover on her and next to her. And she's enjoying seeing the brightness of the flowers and the leaves. But she says to the nightingale, "Don't wake my love with your song."
Schläft an meinem Herzen, mein guter Schutzgeist sang hinein. Mein guter Schutzgeist sang hinein. Und ich kann fröhlich sein und schätzen, kann jeder Blume und jedes Blatt mich freuen. Nachtigall, ach, Nachtigall, ach, sing mir die Nacht nicht wahr.
Our third song is a setting of An den Mond by words by Holti, and it was set by Schubert in May of 1815. And here the poet is beseeching the moon to send its shafts of light through the dappled leaves of the trees where his beloved used to wander. And it says, shine your light again, so that I can see that space, and that we can mourn her, your friend, weep down through the cloudy ranges of the sky as I, forsaken, weep.
Lieber Mond, Geist deine Silbe flimmern durch dieses Morgengrün. O Fantasien und Traumgestalten, immer vor mir vorüberfliehen. Enthiele dich, dass ich die Stätte finde, wo auf mein Mädchen saß, und auf dem Wind des Buchbaums und die Linde der Garten steht vergaß. Enthiele dich, dass ich dich stracks mit freue, der Kehl dir gerauscht, und einen Kranz auf jeden Angestreue durch sie den Bach belauscht. Dann, lieber Mond, dann nimm den Schleier wieder und